Hello, this is Ella here, and today I am going to be doing kind of like almost a redraw of a redraw. I did like a video recording a while back of me trying to recreate and redraw and just like revamp some characters that I had drawn from a long time ago, like middle school, like early middle school years type characters. I didn't really draw back in the day, and when I did, it was like kind of like just doodles or like things. I wasn't really serious about art. I just kind of did it to get like, I guess, the characters like visions across whenever I used to like do stories or something when I was actually doing something creative and not just like reading. So I decided to recreate old characters from my story that I wrote not like the entire story, but I wrote a really good chunk of it back in the day, and I found it and I read it. It was one of the most cringiest things I've ever read. So I was like, I wonder if there's actually something I can do with these characters to make them better. So I thought I'd talk maybe character by character of like, I guess what they used to be and kind of like what I was going for now. Because I'm redoing these characters in hopes to like maybe do something with them, hopefully. I have a few plans with them. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the plans that I have because it's still a very iffy story. I always get my stories from dreams, but I don't remember dreaming about this, so I don't even know the origin of these characters because it's been so long ago. It's bad. But the girl that I'm giving pink hair, I'll show like a picture of like, I guess what I envisioned her to look like, because I had like a whole Pinterest board of like anime characters, and I would like paint over like anime characters and like some like really bad like paint editing software or whatever, just to make them look like my characters that I envision. But yeah, okay, so the girl in the pink, she had I think her name was, I gave her the name Kiku. That's the only one I remember. I think, I'm not entirely sure. I just looked up random names, Japanese names, and I chose that. But they always went by their nicknames because each of them had like a special power. And the girl in the pink, her name was originally Otaku. She was a character, she was one of the main characters, and her power basically was she had a little star on the side of her cheek. Like each girl had like a little symbol that kind of represented them on the side of their cheek, and that kind of like is an activation of their power. I gave no explanation on why they got that power or anything like that, but her power was basically to bring people together with their similar interests and also like help debates and stuff. So like if she was like root beer is better than Sprite or something like that, like she'd be able to like end the debate by picking it and like making like the whole side, like which side she wants wins. And also she had like other abilities to like, it was really weird. I still don't really understand what I was going for, but she like also had the ability to like create things that are like fandom, like I guess she was just like a crazy fangirl, and that was just her personality. And she was like my favorite because she was like just like so like out there and crazy. But yeah, now her name's Naomi. And I'm not gonna go too into detail about what I did to change them with like their powers and stuff, because it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to spoil that yet, but I kind of kept like parts of her when I was doing the design originally by giving her like little like the hoodie that she had, like the ends had like a star and a moon, but I scrapped that completely. I scrapped a lot of their new outfits, but also like I kept it like similar. I mostly changed her design. Her design was the one that changed the most, and the other ones just like little tiny touch-ups that I did when I was doing the redraw. So next I'm just gonna go down the line of the next girl that I drew. So very, very fitting name. Her name was just Nerd. That was her name. Her personality, she was very like, not stoic, but she wanted to get things done. Very charged, very driven person. She wasn't shy. She was very like out there and wanted to get things done. And her power was she would give people knowledge, simple knowledge, if it like if they are deserving of it. Like if someone like stayed up all night like taking care of like their siblings, or like going like babysitting for something, and they didn't have time to study, she will grant them the basic knowledge to get a good score on like a thing. And also she was just like really smart. She was just like, you know, the brains of everything. And I gave her just like a very driven like family too, to like explain the reason why she is like this, and just like her underlying like desire to also want to have like just a normal life, and like things that like normal people her age would like I guess like TV shows and like comics and things like that. But she has to push those aside in order to get like stuff done, basically. And I go more into that in the comics and stuff. I also had like a thing called Comipo that I got on Steam. It's like one of those comic makers, so I'd also make comics in there too. But all of those sadly got lost because we got a new computer, and when we did, all the stuff in there got lost with it. It's somewhere on like a hard drive somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where it is. But yeah, that's Nerd. Now her name is Caroline, and she's different. Next I'll talk about my new favorite, actually, because originally the otaku character was my favorite, but now I'm really more invested in the personality of the third person that I'm drawing. Her name was originally Rebel. She was my least favorite character because I just kind of made her an angsty teen. I didn't really give her that much background, and it was very rough, her personality. Her personality was just kind of being mean, and there was no like, there was a little bit of reason why, but like it was just like kind of like a secondary thing that I thought of afterwards. So I like kind of gave her more depth in her character. Her ability was to like kind of, I guess, stick it to the man type personality, where she'd basically want to get justice for things when someone gets wronged. But she doesn't really use her power that much to benefit other people. It was more so that she used it to benefit herself. Her little thing on the side of her face, I should have mentioned, was like a little like face, like almost an emoji with like their tongue sticking out, all like grr-y, I guess. For Nerd, hers was just a plus sign because I'm not that original. But yeah, now I changed the character's name to Bree, and I gave her a whole long bio updating her personality. So I really also like the design I gave her, because before she just had like hair, just like short kind of hair, was completely blue, a little bit of purple, I think, and just like a regular shirt. So I gave her more of a design. The beginning story kind of centers around her at the beginning, and then it kind of drifts off to the other characters too, because like they're equally as important. But I made sure to give her like a different outfit than the rest of them. It's more like kind of comfy and cozy, to give like a different like vibe. Like she almost doesn't like fit in with the group still. Kind of lastly, okay, is her name was originally Poppy, because I didn't want to call her popular. So she was the popular mean girl, and she had the basic traits of being a popular mean girl and nothing else. My characters were originally very one-dimensional. I thought I was like really cool when it came to like writing personalities and stuff. I've improved a lot because of like classes I've taken, and just like basic understanding and knowledge of why characters do the things they do because of like who they are. So I can say with great certainty that these characters have more depth. But her personality was, she was mean, and her power was to be popular. Yeah. Basically, and she could bring about misfortune to people that don't like her because she is popular. But her personality kind of did a 180, and that'll be shown more if I decide to go with what I want to do for all the characters. But yeah, I kind of gave her a more like workouty vibe to it, and that I'll go more in depth later. But now I gave her the name Emma. I don't really know why I chose these character names. I think I just like I'm okay. When it comes to names, I'm still very unoriginal. I think I just googled like popular names, and that like Emma's just a popular name, and then I just like looked up rebellious names and so on. So, yeah. One of the characters that I had that was a part of the group, actually, I decided to completely scrap her because I didn't see how she fits into the story now that I like added some things to it. Her name was Lolly. And she was just like kind of like the baby of the group. Her powers were like the powers of like love and like bringing people together. So like in the beginning, she was kind of like the glue that holds the group together, because it's kind of like one of those things where like, oh, unlikely people like become friends. And the whole reason on why they became friends is like the stupidest thing I came up with. Like, it was one of those like cliche, like, oh, you get partnered up together in a project and you guys all have to work together, and they're like, what? And I like I put in too much focus on the project thing, and rather than like the plot that was supposed to be going on that was like even bigger than like just like the project. But yeah, so Lolly was just like a little character that was like kind of like cutesy, and I just don't see her fitting in the story that I changed it up to be, which is kind of unfortunate because I really liked her. But you know, stuff's gotta happen. Maybe I'll use her for something else. Who knows? Or maybe she'll make a cameo in this. Who knows? I have a good concept of what I want to do now, but it's still very, very in the works. So I'm just trying to like piece everything together, and my major goals that I want to do is potentially make a comic and actually do it in my style, because I had like so many mini comics that I made of these characters and like their families and stuff, but I feel like I want to like do it in my own style rather than Comipo, because I do draw now. But that's just gonna be like a side project that I want to do, nothing like major, just like a little fun side thing. But it was fun to like revamp the characters and like go over them and like ask myself, oh, why are they doing this, and like fill out like those giant like bio things, and just like, I don't know, it was a fun time just going back in the characters and just like looking at them, because I have redrawn the characters before a lot, because like I'll like think of them and then I will like redraw it, but then I won't like go into the story again, but just like drawing them all as a whole rather than just like one by one by one, it was fun. I liked it. It was a fun time. It was a fun blast from the past, if you will. But yeah, this video is already kind of long, so I guess I'll just end it here. Thank you for watching if you did. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.